county as a cluster, right? And so then, is the sample here? Yeah, so then you see the samples there for each county. The largest sample is determined by the population of the county, and for that reason, Nairobi City County had the largest sample of 2,000. Other counties that were also large had slightly smaller cluster samples, but not as small as, say, counties where you have 4 wards. So the wards also really determined, because then the populations would obviously be higher. And so we see Kiambu, Kakamega, Nakuru, Meru, Bungoma, and Kisii having higher samples than other counties, where we then have, between 1,500 and 1,000. Then we have the rest of the counties, most of them having between 800 and 600 samples, giving us a margin of error in a range of between 2.2 plus or minus and 4 plus or minus. Okay, we'll give you a copy of this, presentation before you leave. These are the devolved functions, and we've consolidated them into 12 because some of them are very close. So instead of the 14, we consolidate them or collapse them into 12 indicators: agriculture, health, education, and transport, energy, water management and sanitation, environmental, county planning and development, housing, lands and settlement, culture and sports, social services, and other services. And the question we ask the citizenry, the people from all our, we have the counties we come from, is if you were to rate your county government's performance for this particular function with respect to this indicator on a scale, those, I will read out those indicators to you, so one is clear what it is that we're gauging the county government. Understand, our hypothesis was simple. People are very excited about devolution because we were, and they were before devolution. So devolution, in essence, if we wanted to see the inferences in terms of these numbers, devolution has made a difference. In 2020, 73% felt devolution was making a difference. 2023, 70% said that. And currently, 2023 in comparison to 2020, when it was 70% and 73% respectively. Where is devolution creating excitement? Where are we feeling the highest amount? In general, well, 87% of 9%. So people are really, therefore, we say, excited and feeling the effects of devolution. Of the functions in terms of index and how highest score or index are education at 46%, and then we also see environment and natural, agriculture, culture, sports, environment and natural, agriculture, culture, sports, water management, sanitation, and sanitation, social services are at 4th with 43%, and transport, health, county planning and development, health, county planning and development, trade and tourism I have mentioned, have gotten lower, comparatively lower, indices. At here is look at gotten lower, comparatively lower, indices. At here is look at the index in 2015. The overall index in 2015, when we started almost 10 years ago, but look at what has happened in 2024, where the satisfaction percent. I know you'll be asking why, and I will cover that shortly. Let me now take you very quickly to each one of the functions that make it easy for us to understand the representation phenomena. So we want to understand 42.8%, which is really 43%. Which are the counties that are mean index for all the counties in terms of agriculture? The top county in terms of agriculture are 2. Trans Nzoia and Murang'a, who were both given a score, an index of 51% by their residents. And then because there is a tie, the next rank is number 3. And there we have Elgeyo Marakwet and we have Homa Bay, who tied at 50%, and Uasin Gishu at 49%. The questions were very simple. Using a scale of 1 to 10, we're actually in the devolution, schedule. In the devolution, schedule. Marakwet, Homa Bay, Uasin Gishu, go out to another country to find out why they're doing well in agriculture, so that you can learn and borrow those best practices and then use them in your own county. And therefore, use taxpayers' money in a more. If we consolidate the index into throughout the period, in 2015, we see that Western region was actually the top in agriculture with 59%. In 2020, it was Nyanza and Coast who really were satisfied tops in agriculture with 47%, followed by Rift Valley, and then down from 51 in 2015 to 33% currently. You can look at your region, whichever region you come from, and now number 7, they were number 28 or enjoyed due to the strategies that they've put into place. Who are the most improved therefore in agriculture? Samburu. Perceived to be a northern frontier, county. I think it begs the question, what is Samburu doing to enhance agriculture, which is not just crops, but is also livestock. So what kind of things have they done? Moving from 34 rank in 2023 to 13th rank in agriculture in 2024. And then we have Kiambu, also improved from rank 27 to 10, Kisumu from 29 to 13, we have Turkana from 38 to 26, and Homa Bay has moved from position 14 to 3. Health. The mean index for health is lower than it used to be. It is currently at 41.6. Very simple indicators asked of health. How would you rate under the health function? How would you rate your county government's performance in 1, making it easier for you and your family to get good quality and affordable medical treatment whenever you need it. Ensuring county health facilities are well equipped with medicines and medical personnel and equipment. Ensuring that you receive information on how to stay healthy and avoid diseases. And then ensuring there are adequate sanitation facilities such as pit latrines and public toilets in your area. Number 1 county in health in the 2024 index is Homa Bay with 53%. At 52%. Number 3 has a tie between 4 counties, that is Kirinyaga at 46%, Nyeri at 46%, Kisii and Kisumu all. 5 counties are there. Just to mention some that we have not seen before, we have Tharaka Nithi, Makueni, Kiambu, and Trans Nzoia, 7th in health overall. Of Pokot, who are 11th. Elgeyo Marakwet, Migori, and Bungoma are also 11th. At 18, we have and Samburu with 43% each. And then 22, we have Turkana, Narok, and Siaya at 40. Vihiga, Kakamega, and Busia at number 25. So that is the top 25 in terms of counties' performance. The mean index of 41.6% is across all the 47 counties. Correct, Liz? Across all the 47 counties. What we have done here is we just consolidated it and put the top 25. Which regions have been doing well in terms of health? In 2015, Western was doing really well. They were the top. followed by Central, 62 and 63% respectively. And then in 2020, it was still Western. It changed in 2023. We now had Rift Valley and Central, and currently the two regions that are doing comparatively better in health are Central at 46 and Nyanza at 45. There are the counties that are doing well per region. The top county in health at the coast is Kwale and Kilifi and Mombasa. They have a tie. They are all top. Then in northeastern, we have Mandera with 38. Their average index is low because we have seen that it is 41.2. That is the mean index, but they have 36 as their average index. The average index in Eastern is 39, and the top counties are two, Makueni and Tharaka Nithi, each with 45%. In Central, the top county we have seen is Murang'a with 52%, followed by Kirinyaga and Nyeri at 46 each. In Rift Valley, the top county in health is Trans Nzoia, followed by West Pokot and Elgeyo Marakwet. And in Homa Bay, we have, in Nyanza, we have Homa Bay at 53, and then the second position is a tie between Kisii and Kisumu. We have, in Western, we have Bungoma at 44%, and then we have a tie of 3, Busia, Kakamega, and Vihiga. Nairobi has a score of 36 in health. Who are the most improved counties in health between 2024 and if we compare 2024 and 2023? Well, we see that Kisumu was position 28 in 2023. They're currently at position 3. Drastic improvement. Migori has also had remarkable improvement. They're the second most improved in health from 33 position to 11th position, and Kiambu from position 28 to position 7. What do we have for health, for education? The mean index for education is 46%. And who are the main players, or who are the main counties who performed well in education? Murang'a is at the top with 54, followed by Homa Bay. We have Trans Nzoia at 51%. We have Elgeyo Marakwet at 50%. And then we have a tie in number 5 between 5 counties. That's Makueni, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, West Pokot, and Uasin Gishu at 49%. What are the indicators? They are very simple indicators. How would you rate your county government's performance under the education function on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is extremely poor and 10 is excellent? On 1, ensuring there are enough nursery schools, early childhood development centers or ECD centers in your area which have good facilities and teachers. Then ensuring there are enough village polytechnics, county technical training institutes in. And the third indicator is ensuring the needy, vulnerable, and gifted, talented children in the county receive bursaries fairly. We have quite a number of players. I'll mention Taita Taveta, Kilifi, Kiambu, Mombasa, Lamu, Nakuru. And then we have Tharaka Nithi, Kitui, Kericho, Bomet. And 25th was also at Western, again, did very well in 2015. We are seeing this trend across the board in 2015, but things changed in 2023. Education is now, being led by Central and doing well per region. And when you get the report, you can look at them. I want us to, be a bit expedient. The most improved counties in education are Kilifi. Kilifi has enjoyed, Kiambu has also had, great improvement from 29th position, because which road is a county road, which road is a national government road, which road belongs, it is included as a county function. We have made the indicators very of culverts, drifts and bridges as one of the indicators. How would you rate your county government in improving and maintaining road net market areas? That's it for roads. Who are the top 5 in roads there? And then in terms of region, we had roads that are doing well per region. And if we look at the most improved county, 33 in 2023 to 11, Bungoma, moving from 31 from 33 to 19, significant improvement, and Kiambu from 19 to 6. Very simplified and are guided by what is enshrined in the devolved schedules. In terms of, now we have at number 2 Nyeri at 50%, then we have Kirinyaga at 49%, position 3, and position 5 is a tie between Kiambu, Trans Nzoia, Kisii, and Kisumu at 48. To indicate or interface with national government to ensure that they can plug into rural indicator is promoting the use of clean energy such as wind, solar, and bio. Many counties now that are lighting their markets, lighting the main urban markets, lighting the main urban centers using solar, just to ensure that of the counties is trade and tourism. Many indicate your of the counties is trade and tourism. Many indicate your county government's performance on a scale of 1 to 10 in ensuring trade in your county, increasing trade in your county through the development of markets. The second indicator, third one, ensuring trade licenses are issued in a simple manner. Fourth, promoting the establishment of cooperative societies. And finally, promoting local tourism in your county through the development of hotels, resorts. Position. Then the second, or therefore now third position, because there will be no second position. Then the second, or therefore now third position, because there will be no second position, is Kirinyaga, Nyeri, and Kisumu. Really, in general, the top, counties in this function. Own counties there. Western again had done very well in 2015, placed with or rated with regards to this function at 47%. Leafy from 35 position to 11, Busia from 40 to 23, Goma from 27 to 11, and Siaya from 43 to 27 position, so moving 16 points. Functions. Another function we have is housing, lands, and settlement. But I think it's important, yes, that we understand the functions, what they mean, so that we're not saying where did the indices come from. So that is why we're taking time to share with you these indices. Is housing, lands, and settlement. Resolving land disputes is an indicator. How would you rate the government in doing that? Facilitating issuance of title deeds to county residents, and then ensuring the urban areas in your county are well organized. Same counties in the top. We have Muranga, 50%, number 1. Homa Bay, number 2, 49%. Makueni and Trans Nzoia, number 3 at 47%. Nyeri, Kirinyaga, and Uasin Gishu, number 5 at 46%. Several counties did well in lands, housing, and settlement, at least in the top half, and those ones we have included. Doing well in lands, housing, and settlement is Central, followed by Rift Valley. In 2023, Kilifi, Taita Taveta, Samburu, Narok, and Kisumu. Almost the same trend we are seeing in terms of the improved counties. Water and construction, maintenance, and management of sewage in your towns and urban areas. And then we have garbage disposal, ensuring proper garbage collection, management, and disposal. And then under disaster management, which is included in this area or this function, is ensuring well prepared to manage fires, accidents, floods, and other calamities. Who are the top counties? Muranga, Trans Nzoia, Kisumu, and Kisii. The mean index is 43.1. Those are improved are Kilifi. We have Migori that has improved from 30 to 14. Busia, we had, and we saw, remember we saw that it had one of the highest satisfaction overall, 46.1. We have two indicators: protecting and conserving county natural resources such as forests and water resources, actively involving you and others in tree planting and gabion building. Which county leads in environment? Trans Nzoia is number 1 with 54%, Murang'a and Homa Bay number 2 with 53%, and then Uasin Gishu at 4th position with 52%, 5th position with 51%. The most improved counties are Kilifi, Narok, Samburu, Kiambu, and Murang'a. Culture and sports. Under this function, we have 4 indicators: establishment of parks and recreation facilities, beaches, etc. Whatever applies to the county. Promotion of county cultural activities, promotion of sports through establishment of sports stadia and county sports activities, and then the establishment and maintenance of county museums. Sports has an overall index of 42.5 or 43%, maybe better we round them off. And then we see the top county in sports, Homa Bay at number 1, Murang'a is 2nd, Kisumu is 3rd with 48%, and then 4th is a tie of 5 counties, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Trans Nzoia, Kisii, and Bungoma at 47% respectively. The counties that have improved in sports and culture, Kiambu is top, followed by Murang'a, then Kirinyaga, then we have Mombasa, and we have Kisumu and Kilifi also, improving in sports. Under social services, which is really at the tail end of the functions, we have 5 core groups. We have women, we have youth, that is youth 18 to 35, then we have persons living with disability, then we have orphans and vulnerable children, and we have the elderly. And the question is really, how do you introduce programs that empower these groups and alleviate whatever challenges they are facing? And we see social services, but certainly Murang'a and Homa Bay were top at 52%, followed by Kirinyaga at number 3 with 48%, a tie number 4 for Kisumu, 6 where we have Kilifi, Makueni, Nyeri, Elgeyo Marakwet, Trans Nzoia, and Kisii at 46%. The most improved counties are, again, we have Kilifi from 39 to 6, Lamu from 39 to 12, Kiambu from 35, that is, Nakuru from 35 to 16, and then we have from 20 to 4, we have 2 counties. All these things can happen with good planning. All these things can happen with good planning, no? So, under planning, how would you rate your county government's performance in developing county plans that take into consideration your needs and desires, and then educating and involving counties in the preparation of the plans? The best counties in planning are Murang'a and Homa Bay, at number best. Sindio? So now we've looked at each one individually. We have also seen what indicators build into that one index that we will now show you. So what is, in 2024, what is the best performing? Can you guess? Number 1 is Murang'a, 52%. Number 2 is a woman-led, 51%. So the top performing county, 51%. There is a tie at number 3 between Trans Nzoia and Kirinyaga, another woman-led county. Another tie for number 5 position, Nyeri, Kisii, Kisumu at 47. We have 2 coast counties, Lamu and Kilifi at 45% performing counties. The 15th top performing counties are Tharaka Nithi, Nakuru, and Turkana at 28th position at 42% respectively. I hope your numbers work, no? Because there's a tie that county governments must address. The second thing that makes them give lower, education and infrastructure. And then 13% mentioned that they initially had high expectations for devolution, and these expectations have development projects, And then the poor coordination between county and national government, and is something that people are not happy about. Political interference affecting county government structures, and then the lack of funds from national government. But in essence, we can see that the main reasons why satisfaction ratings for each one of those index is the questionable areas, with therefore very closely linked to it. If you don't manage your resource, is Professor Anyang' Nyong'o at 59%. Number 5 is a tie between Mutula Kilonzo of Makueni and Elgeyo Marakwet Weasley Rotich at 57%. Number 7 is Simba Rati of Kisii at 55%. Number 8 is a tie between Nyeri and Kilifi, Gideon Mungaru. All the top 25 there up till number 27, where we have Honorable Cecily Mbarire, Abdul Swamad of Mombasa, Governor James Orengo. They discussed it in Parliament at one point. What are these people rating? The allocation and management of public funds. So if you manage the public funds well, likelihood is that, as I am synthesizing how you have performed as a... Secondly, are you accountable? Are you transparent as a public servant? Our governor lives in Nairobi, but we are here. We here is in Nairobi. So how can he deliver on his promises? Right? Others say our governor is always blaming others, blaming no money, blaming politics. There is always something that is ensuring that they are not performing. But they promised us that they were going to deliver. And then they are also, very interested in what you do in terms of your development flagship projects. If you do your homework, you will see that there are things that are really contributing to the key successes of counties. That is now just in closing, because that is in a nutshell. Yeah? So what is the takeout from this data? The first thing is that people-centered transformational leadership style. Some of the governors who are at the top say it is leading from the back. Leading from the back and making sure you carry everyone along. Some people said it is not about me, it is I'm a servant. So I am using servitude to lead, and others basically, but I think in a nutshell, that is all encompassed in what is called transformational leadership. Leadership where you're executive, but more importantly, public participation, which ensures that you understand what your county residents want. Have efficient public participation mechanisms. We have seen both in Homa Bay and in Murang'a, they have specific. Indeed, for Murang'a, their public participation is done on a weekend when people are available. So you say, but how will I make it? When a county actually makes it easy for competence, education, maybe it behooves on us to query more. Look at the credentials of these governors that have done. Indeed, they have what it takes to actually manage the counties. Wamesoma, wameenda shule. Do they have anything that they can prove in terms of their competence in leadership? Then you will see that your county will be at the bottom. And then the other thing that is very critical as a success factor is the governor. He said to us, he has really struggled. Now he's starting to use the fruits of trying to block all those loopholes that were causing pilferage. But he also, aggressive manner. What else have we seen as a key success? The county governments have talked about governors are actually hitherto residents of Nairobi. So now you really have to make that commitment. that you're moving and you're part of that county. One of the governors said, but remember, if you make the promise job to go to the moon, you better be prepared to live in the moon, right? Be saying management, which some of the county governments or governors have affected how they are performing. Some of the county governments that have done well, Kilifi for instance, have public-private partnerships with donors, they have with investors from outside that, and using projects. Top performing county, when we did our homework, actually utilizes dashboards, live dashboards, to monitor progress, that there is no pilferage, that a car is going exactly where, a county vehicle is going exactly where they need to go. So there is no inefficiency. That this clinic should have medicines, that clinic will have. When there are stockouts or before the stockouts, then you would know. There are also counties that have digitized their revenue collection systems that is creating efficiencies. Homa Bay has told us that that is one of the ways that Kisumu said that as well, that they've actually increased their own source revenue. And these are things that are critical in terms of us understanding what the best practices are, right? So that in a nutshell is what the terms of the counties that then help us shed that light, ask the right questions of our county governments, and therefore make them improve. Why is my county not doing well in agriculture? What is county that is doing well in agriculture doing? Performing better than us? What could that governor be doing or that administration be doing that we are not? Positive pressure is not a bad thing, and that is what an index does. And what we wanted to do is not included them here, but put a light or shed a light on those who are doing comparatively better, so that we can actually, if our county is there, feel good about it. If our county is not there, if you're surprised. If you're not surprised, then you probably know why your county is. You probably know why your county is not doing well. I beg to close at not doing well. I beg to close at that point, and I'm happy to. That point, and I'm happy to.
What are the key factors during this decline?
The number of samples you took across different counties, and Nairobi County said you to approval rating and development track record of Nairobi County and the governor himself.
2014, right, when we did it, because it was 2014 for 2015. 2014, right, when we did it, because it was 2014 for 2015. So it shows you just how perform their functions, but amidst great difficulty, as you remember. This shows you just how perform their functions, but amidst great difficulty, as you remember. This was the year of lockdown, and so we specific areas: health, food security, etc. Right? And then it goes up to 49 health, food security, etc. Right? And then it goes up to 49% right after the 2020. A lot of new term, new governors, and gone down significantly. It points to the fact that we are expecting more from our leadership with good governance, and how we have proper fiscal management, because that's what they're saying. Tax to actually manage the affairs of our county commensurate to our expectations. Affairs of our county commensurate to our expectations. Roads, they can be all-weather roads. That schools, the ECDs and the TVETs, meaning Ward 1 in the county to Ward 15 in the county, get the same level of service. Not one because it is close to the CEC of health, or because it is it's in the heart of the governor. That should never happen. You give equal to everybody. It shouldn't be any case of share. We are seeing this, a light being shown more in terms of querying how our public servants deliver services to us. Particularly has put a road for me. It's your right. Right? And it is really, this is what Kenyans are saying, it's our right to get this our money. So transparency and accountability. But for Pete's sake, don't promise heaven and earth and not deliver to be in the same setting as your governor. There's a problem. Because then why were we talking about it? We were saying not executive. Does that happen? Hence you see reduced satisfaction. Why is the city county not doing as well? Let me first of all say it's hard to be a city county because development is significantly higher than in other high expectant individual or resident. If it is roads, they want you to ensure that with your Nairobi water and ensure that people are getting water. Is water being accessible? Power interruptions that we have, even though that is under the ambit of national government and really under the lightouts or the blackouts, what is happening? I think that's what really one wants to see. Yes, we speak English, but we all come from somewhere. So because you're dealing with a cosmopolitan, it is going to be a more challenging place to deal with. And when you promise and say you have what it takes, has governed Nairobi, came thinking that they had the credentials. And then they realized that it's not as easy as it has progressively not been one of the best. And therefore it behooves the question, what is the close relationship that, yeah. Any other question? Yes, sir.
My name is Kariuki from People. Two questions. One, that some of the governors have taken over after some the pioneer governors ruled for 10 years. There's been issue of continuity of the programs that or projects that have been started by the governors. So has that had any effect on either dissatisfaction and satisfaction of the county residents? That's my first question. The second one is when you talk about the performance of counties, that majorly relies on availability of funds. In fact, that the sources of the money that counties use is either share of revenue, also the major ones. So the share of revenue comes from the national government. So my question is, does the national government has a role in the performance of the counties and thereby the satisfaction of the residents? For instance, a government will argue that in the health sector I'm not able to perform because there has been no share of revenue coming in time for me to employ doctors.
Any other? Going one, going two, gone.
I think your questions are rhetorical because you have answered them in one way or another. When you talk about, those governors that are new, and there are many of them, that came in after the two cycles of the first-time governors, some of the challenges some of these governors have talked about is projects that they found that were left hanging and therefore caused the dissatisfaction. When we see the counties where the governors have actually improved the most or have performed well, they have taken the notion that that project, even if it was called first round governor's name project, was done not with the personal funds of that governor. It's a county government project, and therefore when you look at it that way and you actually endeavor to complete it, it accrues the benefits through. The county governments where you see governors say, alikuja, alianza, built some hospitals, left them halfway, now I'm not touching them because it didn't make sense. Then you see that you as a resident that hospital. So we know counties, and you'll see them in the top, who have taken from where those ones and now are starting what they feel are also their own flagships, so that those things that were started that would benefit feel where you want to be the one appreciated because it's your project. You're saying it doesn't matter who started it, because it is going to help the residents of Ward X and Ward Y. Those counties then governors are doing well. Performance of counties cannot be ignored because they disburse the funds from, in an expeditious manner. Then it obviously affects how they're able to deliver to the county, to the residents of the county.
I wonder how.
To the residents of the county.
I wonder how. When the report was done, and how are they?
Is political interference.
How are they?
Is political interference. Look at the counties when you get the report. Look at the counties that were doing well before.